Friday morning, Van Connor to talk about films, what is on right now in cinemas across the county, what looks good, what's not worth going to see. Van is back. Morning.
Good morning, Rick. I'm happy to say they're both good this week.
Oh,
that's a mercy. We've got one great, one very good. So, just to set you off right.
We'll take that. You've saved us some money there because, it's not very cheap going to the cinema, so you want it to be worth it. What have you gone for? I sense, Valentine's Day is coming, so have you gone for something really gushy and romantic for us, Van?
Well, I have got you something that would work I'll be honest, I would use this as a Valentine's film, but it is quite dark and twisted, a Valentine's film. It's called Companion.
Okay.
It's in cinemas from today. It is the first film from writer-director Drew Hancock. It's been shepherded by Zach Cregger, who directed the really good horror movie Barbarian a few years ago, and 2 years ago now. And it stars Jack Quaid from The Boys and Sophie Thatcher from Yellow Jackets and Heretic. And they are a seemingly, ordinary, young, sort of, elder Gen Z couple who are going on a road trip to a remote, lake house, spend the weekend with his circle of friends. And she thinks they don't like her for some unknown reason. Only no sooner have they arrived than the owner of the home, who's played by Rupert Friend, a cartoonish Russian character named Sergei, tries to assault her. And in self-defense, she murders him. And it's very quickly revealed she's actually an android. She's a companion robot. The word companion is doing a lot of heavy lifting there. And what then follows is a story of abusive and controlling relationships, a story of identity, and of course, hilarious and outright murder. So I've got a clip for you. This is the couple literally just about to walk into the house and attempting to address her fears and her nerves.
My friends don't hate you.
Cat does.
Yeah, maybe, but Cat hates everybody.
I just don't want to screw everything up.
Come on, Beep Boop, you're not going to screw everything up. Just relax. Don't be all mopey and weird. Just remember to smile and act happy. Okay?
Okay, so it starts out being what looks like quite a nice romantic film and obviously ends up dark. And does it continue being quite dark, Van? Is that the theme?
Well, what I've just described to you is the first act.
Okay.
What I've just given you is the first act. There is more to it than that I will not possibly reveal, because there's a lot of people complaining that they shouldn't have revealed that she's an android in the marketing. It's on the poster that she's, they're the robotic eyes. And the film itself does play in the first act as if that is meant to be a big reveal. There are Easter eggs along the way. But once you get past that third act and get into that first act and then get into the meat of it, oh, it's got some flexes. It's tons of fun. It's nasty and witty and razor sharp. I can't wait to see it again. It's got really great sort of breakout caliber performances of both Jack Quaid, who I'm already a fan of both of them, to be fair. But Jack Quaid, breakout moment for him. He's got a really cool looking action movie in a few weeks. And Sophie Thatcher's got the third season of Yellow Jackets a few weeks away as well. I think these two are going to be huge off the back of it, but also the supporting cast, which is Megan Surrey is in there as well. Rupert Friend, I've already mentioned. And my personal favorite, Harvey Guillen from What We Do in the Shadows, plays Guillermo in What We Do in the Shadows. I think he's so much fun in this. And the word is fun. It is nasty, dark, grisly fun, but it is fun. And also, I think a pretty fun twisted date movie.
Okay, good. Twisted date movie is a genre in itself, I think. This is good. You've sold that really well. The fact that you want to go back and see immediately is a great sign. Okay, so we have that. And then the next film is completely other end of the scale.
Well, it's still a very good movie, to be fair. It's just not quite as out there as Companion. It's called Saturday Night. It's been made and released to tie into this year's 50th anniversary of Saturday Night Live, the iconic American sketch comedy show. And it's a real-time narrative dramedy that takes place in the 90 minutes, so from 10 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. on the night that the very first SNL episode, because it was just called Saturday Night in its first year, it goes out at 11:30 on Saturday nights. This is the 90 minutes before the very first broadcast, and all of the pandemonium and the chaos that ensued during the production of this very first completely untested and really ill-defined, sort of not completely fully formed version of what is going to become one of the most iconic works of comedy in the history of comedy. So I've got a clip for you. This is Corey Michael Smith you'll know him as the Riddler from Gotham, I think more than anything else, playing a really brilliant take on Chevy Chase trying to entertain a room full of sponsors.
Ladies and gentlemen. Who am I kidding? Gentlemen. Jesus, you guys look like the cast of Godfather if it was shot in Alabama. I see some cowboys here. That's a hell of a 10-gallon hat. You look like you're ready for a date with livestock. Welcome to New York. It's quite diverse. Sir, you look like you're from Ohio. My favorite thing about Ohio. Let me introduce you to our head writer.
Okay, so it does sound like it's very sharp comedy involved in this.
Yeah, especially if you were ever a fan of the sort of now forgotten comedy series Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip. A lot of this will be old news to you. You know about what goes on behind the scenes. 30 Rock, to an extent, sort of covers a lot of it, but maybe in a bit more of a surrealist way. But this is just, as a documentation of this iconic moment in comedy history, seeing, representations of George Carlin, John Belushi, Garrett Morris, and particularly Chevy Chase, brought to life in this way. It's really something. And also, there is something of a lineage to it, because it's written and directed by Jason Reitman, son of the late, great Ivan Reitman. And one of its ensemble stars is Jason Ritter, son of the late, great John Ritter. So there is sort of a pedigree involved in the actual making of and casting of the movie, as well as the story it's telling. But the story it's telling is really gripping and really fun, and the sort of wacky chaos that erupts around it is you really feel it's the one time in history I think anyone genuinely feels sorry for Lorne Michaels, a legendarily difficult man. Although I will say as well, Oscar-winning and acclaimed character actor J.K. Simmons does get one of my favorite, what's going to clearly wind up being one of my favorite moments in any movie this year, in a sequence in which he threatens Chevy Chase and tries to intimidate Chevy Chase. It is just fantastic. But I also really like Willem Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe in anything, yeah, that's a winner. It just gives everything a better bit of gravitas, doesn't it, if Willem Dafoe's in it?
Oh, yeah.
Love that. Okay, so these are some top suggestions. You can see Companion this weekend at View Cinemas in Oxford and Bicester, Cineworld, Whitney and Didcot and the Light in Banbury, and Saturday night this weekend at the Light, Banbury. Van, thank you. What are you watching this weekend? Or are you just going to go back and see Companion again?
Well, I mean, I would love to go. And I think, do you know what? My girlfriend's been on holiday for a week and she missed out on Companion. So I've sold it to her so much that I think I'm going to have to go and see it with her. But I will be spending one of my evenings this next week at an evening event for Bridget Jones' Mad About the Boy, of all things. So I'm getting my Bridget on. I'm hoping for more. I'm hoping for more, Camden Street side slappery with Hugh Grant. I want him to do that slappy thing again with the Jerry Halliwell song over the top.
Please, I'm here for that. I need that in my
Give the people
too.
What they want.
Exactly, Hugh. Don't try and do thrillers. Just make us laugh in Bridget Jones.
Heretic's a banger, though.
I'm not. I mean, I haven't seen it. I can't judge. I just like it in Paddington. Thank you so much, Van. Lovely to talk with you. Hopefully catch you again soon. And thank you for your recommendations as always.
Oh, I leave quite an impression.